So, good morning. Hello, everyone. Today, we are starting a very unique series on law of attraction. Now, with me, I have a very well-known person who has done so much research on law of attraction, who has studied so much on law of attraction. He is my mentor. And whatever I have learned, I have been following law of attraction for a few years now, but he has been following for 20, 22 years. And I'm starting this series just to bring the whole knowledge, the information of law of attraction on this platform, where we will be having discussion about law of attraction from basic, what is law of attraction, going up to all the advanced stages of visualization, meditation, different types of meditation, different types of techniques which you can use to achieve your goals, then even reality transurfing, anything which is a part of law of attraction, we will be touching in this. So it's going to be very, very interesting sessions. This is the first episode. We will be doing one every week. So meet my mentor, Dr. Anil Arora, and he's based in US. He does sessions one-to-one, but we will come later. But this is the episode where we will be discussing and talking about law of attraction. So welcome, Anilji, to my talk. And we will be talking about law of attraction. So tell me, what are your thoughts? What is your take on what is law of attraction?
Well, thank you so much for having me here. Law of attraction, when people hear first time, they think the attraction, like, you relate it with the attraction word. So you are attracting something to achieve something. That's the basic concept of it. It works it works with your thoughts, your emotions, your intention, your feelings. So basically, it is not taught in the schools or colleges. We are taught different things in our physical world. So kind of it is related to the metaphysical side of it.
I'll come to these heavy words little later, metaphysical and physical. But in your opinion, when we say law of attraction, is it like, or maybe I would relate, maybe is it equal to law of gravity? Like law of gravity we have studied in school. So how do you relate law of attraction with law of gravity?
Law of gravity is on the physical side of it.
Okay.
As soon as like in quantum physics, there are two ways for an atom to exist, or electrons or smaller subatomic particles. So the particle form shows up as a physical, and the electromagnetic wave shows up as metaphysical. So to understand law of attraction, you have to have both sides of the reality, which we call it physical reality, and let's say the spiritual reality of it. So law of gravity is very important. It exists, it is there, and mind or the people have been using it for their advantage to construct, to get from one place to the other, to understand how to flow with the law of gravity. So
yeah, it is there, whether you believe or whether people believe it or they don't believe it, law of gravity is there. So do you think the law of attraction is same, like it is there, whether people believe or they don't believe? It is it is there around us?
Yes, it is always functioning. Let's say the law is always functioning. It is invisible to the eyes, so you cannot see it. So if they teach you, oh, there is law of gravity, then you start to believe. And then when you see the apple falls down, or you fall down from some place, you're not going to go up, it's always going to go down. So the law of gravity is there, which is keeping you in this physical reality. It is designed to function for the physical side of it. So law of attraction is also there, which is functioning in both sides of it now, because everything people are saying are dreams, or it's Maya, it's not there, it's all illusion what you live in. But this illusion you can change according to your own design.
Okay.
So the design is such that if you believe it or not, it's still there. So law of gravity is there, law of mathematics is there, law of electricity is there. Whether you use it to your advantage or not, these things are already in existence in the universe. Same way, law of attraction is there, is functioning. Now, law of attraction works with you can break down these things later on, but well-known fact is it works with the thoughts. Major important if you can think, the law of attraction will start to act on that thought and bring more thoughts of similar nature.
So
it
if I
attracts.
say that it works with my thought, how do I control my thoughts? Or how do I, because thoughts, they say we get so many thoughts in every minute, every day, and they just come. Like we don't have any control, or sometimes we are on an autopilot. If I'm seeing something, some thoughts will be coming. So how law of attraction you relate with thought, that I can modify my thoughts, I can change my thoughts, or is there any other way to control my thoughts?
Thoughts, you have to understand the thoughts come from the mind. So mind itself has only one activity, to think.
Okay.
And anything you think brings law of attraction into activity. So it is all how we are brought up in this physical reality, in this incarnation, or in this dream reality, or this illusionary world, which when you say thoughts are not your control, that means you're saying that the reality is not under your control, which means the whole physical aspect of it with your five senses, whatever you notice, when you open your eyes, you see this world. But when you close your eyes and you look deep into you are on the other side of the mirror. Call it a mirror or a partition between the physical and the spiritual side of it.
Okay.
So the same thing in quantum physics, they have found that whenever you observe these subatomic particles, their behavior changes. So same thing is with your thoughts. When your thought come, everything in your surrounding changes according to your predominant mental attitude. A mental attitude is nothing but the collections of your thoughts, beliefs, your faith.
So I have a question here. You said that the only task of mind is to think. So can we understand in a way that we have to give directions to the mind to think the right thing, or to have right kind of thoughts? How do we do that?
Well, there are ways to control your thoughts.
Okay.
You got to let go of all the thoughts which are not helping you or not serving you. If you are engaging too much in watching TV or news, then you are going to be collecting those news in your thought, and those thoughts will come even if you are trying to sleep or you're trying to talk to somebody you love, somebody. You are always talking about the same thing. And
Right.
all what you're talking is coming from your mental attitude and from your thought itself. So thought is just like a thread which becomes a belief and then becomes a faith, and that's what you live. That's why it is said all the time, according to your faith, it is done unto you. So faith is nothing but a solid thought or belief system which you have adopted and which you have convinced yourself that this is what I have to live with.
Can you
when
elaborate
you want
on
to
this?
change,
You mentioned very prominent thing that what did you say? Thought is a thread.
yes.
Can you elaborate on that, please? And faith is a rope. Can you elaborate on that, please?
Well, it's like repetition word is very important in everything what you do. So thought, if you think of a thought, or let's say thought was given to you by your parents when you were small, And then in the society, you see the same thing happening. So you are thinking of that thing again and again, again and again. So it's kind of becomes your belief. That's why people say, I believe in this. So when anybody uses a word that I believe, that means he's got a collection of thought, which is shaping mental attitude. And everything is mental attitude is reflected into the without as your physical world.
Yeah. So you are saying that thought will change into belief, and then belief changes
into faith.
Faith. Okay. This is very, very powerful. That thought, when you have collection of similar kind of thoughts, whether it's good or bad, that will become a belief. Whether and when you have a collection of belief, or when you keep believing the same thing again and again, that becomes your faith. Okay, this is very, very interesting. And that is the way you can attract the thing. So that's how you are saying that thought is directly affecting the our environment, or the things which we can
circumstances, all your situations you face every day are because of your own mental attitude. So it's a very, very important aspect of understanding that mind thinks of a thought. Now, most of the time people are living where they have adopted the thought system of the outside world. They don't think of their own thoughts. So they're like a part of the formation or society or groups. So they have similar kind of thoughts. And they would love to meet similar kind of people who are saying the same thing, and then they reinforce their own belief on themselves, and that makes their world. So anybody who says something different, they are not ready to accept it.
That's true.
Because there is no way for that statement or thought of the other person to get in the belief system and shatter it. You have to do it yourself. So if you made that mental attitude and you make a decision that you want to change that mental attitude to something different, something which is on the positive side, on the respectful side of everyone who is in this world, not just based on one system or one understanding of sect of people. So it's like you are the only one responsible for your thoughts. So once you take that responsibility, then it becomes a little bit easier to think the thought at one level.
But how can I take the responsibility? I feel that I am always thinking right, but other people are affecting my thoughts. Other people disturb my thoughts. Other people say me something and my anger gets triggered. That is how we all feel. So how I can control one of my thought, but then I can't control thoughts of other people. So what do I do in that case?
Focus is still on you. It is kind of a, we say, the journey of the soul, or journey of the mind itself, or journey in this life where you're born and you're living, or you're dreaming this reality, whatever you call it. It is under your control. When you realize that things are not happening or moving the way you want it to move, or why you get sick, or why the other person comes and haunts you and saying things to you, because there are a few things which are important, like you have to become positive. You have to raise your vibrations. It's a very easy way of saying raise your vibration, and then we have so many movies, so many books, so many articles on that going from hate to love, you have to go through a lot of emotions. So everyone is teaching about that.
It's not jumping from hate to love or love to hate. It's a whole scale of emotions.
So you can either look at it that it is a road, or you can look at it in a vertical fashion, that is a mountain you have to climb, and you want to be at the top, and let's put the love vibration on the top, or positivity on the top. So everyone is saying that when you become positive, you're raising your vibration. Now that opens up another, then who we are vibration itself, or we are somebody else here. So everything, once you decide, or let's say, when I say you, means your mind, your conscious mind is responding to all the five senses which are given to you. And that is how we have developed our thoughts and belief system, by looking at it, listening to it, speaking about it, touching things. And so once you come to this point that you want to change something in your environment, you have to work on your thoughts. So thought is, could be, you can start a new thought. You can think of a good thought. And then, thought is not a belief yet. So you keep thinking about that. Or the law of attraction will give you more of those thoughts. So here, law of attraction comes when you start a thought. As soon as you think of a thought, the law of attraction is in action and trying to collect all the thoughts related to that thought to you. So you have to learn to sit in that thought.
So a
or
thought
spend some
can
time.
be a seed. So you are putting the seed and then you are nurturing that seed.
Yes. You can, there are so many ways to understand it. So as you expand your own understanding of how mind works or how thought works, then it starts to make sense. That how can I use law of attraction for my advantage, as people have used law of gravity for their advantage, law of electricity for their advantage, law of mathematics for their advantage. Same way, now if you're talking about law of attraction, that means you're already at a stage where you want to use it or you want to understand it more. So you will be attracted.
That is true. Yes, people who will be watching this, they are at some stage of law of attraction, whether they know it, whether they want to know more, whether they are just starting, whether they may be at a very advanced level. But still, it sometimes kind of comes in mind that law of gravity, law of mathematics, it's easy to, because it's a scientific, 2 + 2 is 4. So it's easy to prove to people.
Okay. It's easy to prove because you are still using your five senses and you're using your brain, which is your conscious mind, and you want to adapt yourself to the physicality. You want to achieve something in the physical world. So you spend a lot of time. People spend a lot of time learning mathematics. It's easy to say the tables are easy, but the whole thing is tough and everybody is not inclined to get there. So the whole understanding comes, what is mind? People have tried to explain the conscious mind is rational mind, logical mind. Everybody is saying, and then in the with the EEG, they have found out that the beta activity of the brain is related to your conscious mind. So people say, oh, you are living in beta, you are a kind of personality. And, so everybody, there's a lot of knowledge out there. Everybody is on the same road. Some accept it, some don't. So it depends also on your comfort level in your life, whether you are interested to learn something new or you want to just walk the path where you are going and then you're satisfied with that. So right now, there's a lot of buzz about law of attraction, which is very good and it's increasing. And it is something which will be understood by each and every one.
Yes, and it is not new. It is something which has been in like literature everywhere forever. So it's not a new concept, but in a way we have forgotten this concept because of all the scientific development, all the kind of only living by the conscious mind. We have forgotten that how subconscious mind and how other forces can help us to lead the more happy and satisfied life.
True. But this even the aspect of learning is been going on from the ages. So as you can say, is the development of the evolution of the consciousness. So as we become more conscious, we start to learn more because mind is again wants to expand the knowledge, learn each and every aspect of it. So maybe the humanity is at a time right now where law of attraction is showing up. Showing up means wants you to know more about it.
Absolutely.
You become an individual. So you can become an individual and show up your individuality by thinking new thoughts and creating things. And a lot of people are doing that. I read a lot of stuff. I listen to a lot of stuff and it's all beautiful. and everyone is helping you. So this whole world actually is helping you grow.
That's true. I mean, you gave me a book on law of attraction in 2007. That was Rhonda Bryan's first book, The Secret. I read it, but because I was not ready for it, I didn't understand anything that how it is possible. But then after, I don't know, 7, 8 years again, I started looking at it. And then you come back to understand because then you are ready for that. So it's not that law of attraction was not working at that time and it's working more now. Or so it is about, yes, we have touched a lot of points here, like what is law of attraction, the thought. How do you relate it with the desire? Like thought, yes, but then desire?
It's a lot of things, like when you're learning, you go in first grade, then go in second grade, third grade. You don't start from college, you go to school and then get into college. It's the same thing. So first maybe learn about thought,
Okay.
then desiring something. Desire is also thought. If you look at it in a simple way, then
Yeah.
desire is also broken down into smaller pieces, just like we have broken down an atom into smaller electron. The same way, our understanding is also increasing as we are learning more and more, because then desire, people say desire by itself has no value, is the cold thing there. And then somebody says, oh, no, you got to make a burning desire. And if you can conceive it, you can achieve it. Desire has to be associated with the willpower. Will is the intent, or you can say the intention. So the law of intention comes into picture. So a lot of things are working together.
Yes, yes. No, that's why I wanted to bring this word desire, because yes, thought can be, I want to do something, but that may not be the deep desire. It may be just a thought came to my mind, but until and unless I'm nurturing that thought, I'm bringing it to become a desire, then a deep desire, a fire within me that I intend to do this. So yes, we will go into detail of how these stages are, but today we are touching on the overall, the basic structure of what law of attraction is. Yes, it starts from, I want to ask one question here. Why law of attraction works for some people, and some people say, oh no, law of attraction doesn't work for me. They believe that law of attraction is there. They believe that law of attraction is working for their neighbor, for their friend, for their family, but not for them. How do you
Right.
explain that concept?
It's very simple. Law of attraction is there and is working for everyone.
Okay.
Now, if you keep saying that it's not working for you, it's not going to work for you. Then it's going to it's still working for you, not working for you.
So what you are saying, it's not only about thought, because obviously the words which coming out of your mouth, they are coming because of your thought. So again, it is your thought.
So there are three things involved
Okay.
in a whole process. One is your speech, one is your actions, and one is your thought. So these three things, they work together in a very, very nice fashion. So if you are doing things and then not believing in those things, you're saying things and you're not believing in those saying of your own self, you're thinking of things which are not helping you, they will show up in your environment. Everything, if you just understand this, that, and start to believe that, then it will show up that whatever you thought is showing up in your surrounding. Now it's a very easy statement or maybe a simple statement, but this takes practice to bring it into action.
But it is the same thing, going back to what you said previously, that thought, then your belief or believe, and then you believe into it, and then it becomes your faith. So if it is my faith, then things are going to work for me. That, okay, whether it's faith in God, whether faith in my hard work, whether faith in whatever.
Faith in law of attraction.
Faith in law of attraction, yes, to put it simple. So thought, belief, and faith. Yes, faith in that it is going to work.
So this will be from a superficial level, looking at it, okay, simplified way, thought, belief, and faith. And then it is done according to what you have thought. So how to change thoughts? That was your question on this. You have to start start thinking of something, and then if that comes true in your physicality, you will believe more.
You will believe.
So let's say you're
all
not
need
going to learn
evidence.
from books.
Yeah, we all
You're
need
not going
evidence.
to learn from other people. You are
Yeah.
going to learn from your experiences.
Yeah, yeah.
So
I mean,
experiences are going to teach you.
until and unless I see in my reality, I'm not going to believe. So yeah.
So that is that is a very powerful statement, because you are taking an action and going out of this societal formation of what other people are doing. I have to do that. Then you keep doing that all your life. That changes with just that statement you said. You got to become an individual here, because you have the brain, which is part of your conscious mind. You have two things going on at one time. There is a word within and there is a word without. So all collection of your thoughts is building up your mental attitude. And anything which is reflected out of these eyes is your physical world, which is showing up as a physical reality to you. So as you change the inside, the thoughts, this world will start to change. So let's say you don't believe in it today, but if you sit on it and you see, okay, let me try for 60 days. There's so many courses out there you can do. You can go 45 days, 60 days. Then you will see there is something which is powerful, more powerful than
No, I totally agree with you. I totally agree with you on this, but I have another, I won't say problem, but another situation which comes because whole my life, I have grown up when my parents, my teachers, they have told me, just do hard work. These things are not going, because we were never taught these things in school. And as you mentioned in the beginning as well, because we were not taught these things. So now when I have to do it, and if people around me are not believing that, it sometimes you start doubting yourself.
Well, these things will come and they go with the timing. It's not that, okay, let's put it this way. To understand law of attraction, you cannot learn it just in a second or in one day or reading one book and just saying that, okay, I went to that course and now I'm good. You got to live that life.
You can't unlearn what you have learned for so many years in a second. So
yes. So basically you have to change your thinking. You got to go exactly opposite to what you are taught in the physical side, because physical and non-physical or spiritual, they are exactly on the opposite side.
But do they work together hand to hand? I mean, we can't. Yes.
They work when you let go of few things in life. When you letting go means, letting go does not mean that you give out some stuff to somebody. This is your own mind and your own thoughts. So you got to let go of those beliefs and things you are taught and let go of them. And when you have an open mind, why people say have an open mind about it. So the statement is only for the conscious mind. When a conscious mind becomes open mind, then it let go of all those beliefs which were bothering you, doubt. They don't disappear in just one day, but like they were built slowly and slowly, they will be shattered slowly and slowly. The more you talk about it, more you think about it, more you do the action in a way which satisfies your own mind, then it will come. It is, law is always working. So if you take it as a law, okay, from today onward, I'm going to try to learn this law. Just that thought itself is so powerful that law of attraction is going to bring you stuff. It will bring you books. It will bring you those videos you can watch. It will bring you all of those things which will make it stronger and stronger.
So you have to be open to the idea of receiving.
Receiving. So it's a very nice word, but you got to allow it. You got to let go of a lot of things. It's not just one thing is going to change it.
No.
So
This is only our first session. First session, we are only touching on what is, and you have very beautifully touched what is law of attraction, how thoughts are important, and how thoughts can change your reality, and then how thoughts are connected with desire. how law of attraction works for some people and it doesn't work for some people, how physical laws are work, like, because we see them, law of gravity, law of other laws, and how these metaphysical laws, they are also there, they are also work for us. So I would like to end the session here. Thank you so much for today's session. We will
Very
be
good.
continuing this series. Any last words to my audience about law of attraction?
Just have patience.
Have patience. So that
Have
is very
patience. Everything is going to change. It's going to take time. You never went to college when you were born. Even when you started to learn to walk, it didn't happen in that
yes,
second.
yes. Because we
So
want things to happen immediately in a second. So that is a very, very powerful message, that have patience and then things will change dramatically. Things will change as per.
according to your thoughts, and you will be using, or you are actually using it all the time, this law of attraction. So as you change your thinking, your mental attitude is going to change. Then what you will reflect to the world without is going to change. So it takes time. It's not, and we are here for that time. Everyone is
Yes,
given
absolutely.
enough time to learn law of attraction.
Absolutely. I mean, we are learning it. Every day is a learning. And next session, we will talk more about what are the different ways. How do you do your meditation? Then we will talk about many, many, many more topics. So guys, if you have any questions, please put the comments down and we will see you in the next session, again with some new topics. Thank you so much. And I'll see you in the
Thank you
next.
for having me.
Thank you.